And finally in sport, the Ugarte family migrated from Spain over 50 years ago, and they've been at the centre of Sydney's Spanish community ever since. Tonight we begin our look at some of the teams contesting this year's FIFA Women's World Cup through the eyes of their fans.
The beautiful game, in Spanish El Juego Bonito.
Football is my passion. Football is my beautiful world.
Under the watchful eyes of their father and coach Tolga.
Aisha, that's a terrible touch.
And mother Natalia, Aisha, 16,
Hey, Aliyah, you have to go around that one.
and her sister Aliyah, 15, are at training for Dunbar Rovers. Their mother manages the club's girls' teams. That means running admin, coaches, managers, apparel, registrations, you name it. Natalia has a hand in it.
My position in Dunbar is what I want to see. I want to see the club and the girls' growth.
It's midweek training, there's dew on the grass, and the passion of the Ugarte sisters for the World Game is plain to see. In fact, the family has been a cornerstone of the Spanish football community in Australia since they arrived from Spain in the 1960s.
The now closed Spanish club in downtown Sydney was a centre for Spanish culture. It revolved around flamenco, football and food.
I grew up in the Spanish club in the what you call the guarderia, which is like the kindergarten there, whilst my brothers were up in the disco.
Natalia's father, Julian, was a former club president. Natalia herself danced and played for its first ever women's football team.
She's right there.
Oh yeah.
She was a defender.
There wasn't the amount of levels or where you could go or where you could grow in football in the women's world, so to speak. It was difficult.
But that is changing.
Who opens the score for the Spanish?
Spain will make just its second appearance at the World Cup in June. They're expected to progress to the knockout phase, but ranked 13 in the world, anything more will be a bonus. And it's significant for the Ugarte sisters because it shows them there's room to grow in the women's game.
And growth is huge, and countries have to evolve with that as well. And it's time. I think it's time for women's football to do that.
So this duet can continue pushing each other to the top. Oh, and one final thing.
Viva España!
Darren Mara, SBS World News.
Yes, a lot of passion and history in the women's game in Spain, that's for sure. And SBS, of course, will show many of the games for the FIFA Women's World Cup this year.
OK, thanks.